necessary in this economy for all of us to be involved. The price of food is just astronomical, and there's a new face of hunger. So the food bank can't do it all.
The food bank serves 1 out of 4 Delawareans, so you have this incredible infrastructure that prevents hunger. Until now, they haven't really brought in the piece of let's support local agriculture, let's create a local food system.
Delaware is behind other states pursuing sustainability with food and farms, small farms, and local farms.
With the growing environmental movement and a growing awareness of sustainability and environmental issues and the impacts we humans are having on the environment, there's also been this reciprocal question of, well, how is this new modified environment affecting us? This widespread environmental awareness among my generation has also kind of sparked this specific interest in really looking into our food systems and the food we're consuming.
By producing local sustainable food at the garden, we're minimizing our carbon footprint, and we're also teaching others how to do the same, whether it be at our location or in their own backyard. We invite members of the University of Delaware community to rent space to grow their own vegetables, and we also participate with the English Language Institute and their curriculum to provide learning opportunities and integrative learning options for their students while they're there.
My research has been focusing on why both the producers and consumers are involved in specifically farmers markets as an alternative form of food production and consumption. This, is a mixture of what we've been going through with, everything becoming more and more globalized and wanting to keep these small farmers in business to keep that closer, more intimate connection with the food you eat.
With the issues with food security and availability, the whole big battle with GMOs, it's going to become more important to be able to know where their food is coming from. And that's important because after 1940s, when supermarkets started, we've lost a lot of connection with where our food comes from and how it's grown. A local person purchases a share in the farm, and as a shareholder, they get the benefit of knowing their farmer, knowing where their food is coming from, being able to come and see and tour their farm, getting a certain percentage of the harvest during the season.
It's a great way to support local agriculture, but it's very inaccessible to low-income communities because you have that upfront fee, and that's completely inaccessible. So what the food bank does is acts as a logistical and financial intermediary, and they buy shares from the farmers up front. Then every week, shareholders get this box of produce, and it's a really great way to develop connection with your farmer, so you really start to get a feel for the cycles of seasonal farming. You start to get a feel for the variety of it, and you get to really get absorbed in the tradition of seasonal eating.
So it's really bridging that gap to find a way to make it accessible to all socioeconomic groups. That's when this whole food security and food sustainability comes back in, is just looking at what's really sustainable, and I think people are starting to recognize that maybe this large global food economy that we operate in might not be the most sustainable and might not be the best way to ensure food security for all citizens.
And I don't know the promise of the future, but I think if everybody did something to contribute as a community, collectively, it wouldn't be hard on anybody, and nobody would be without.
So not only are we promoting sustainability across campus, we're bringing a lot of different community groups together, from the English Language Institute students to some undergraduate students to faculty, staff, grad students. It's really a collaborative effort that everybody wants to be a part of.
So Delaware is coming up in that. They are starting to pursue that more aggressively than what they have.
I think that moving forward, if we don't engage in the local food system reform, we're missing out on a whole lot of resources that we can use to our benefit.